Reaching level 50 in the Elder Scrolls Online is not the end. No. It is merely the beginning of your extensive progression journey. Upon reaching max level, you will unlock the champion point system, in which you can invest millions upon millions of XP to make your character stronger and stronger. But playing for a little while will make you realize that questing is not a very efficient way to go about this, which leaves virtually only one option: grinding mobs. Hi, I'm the Casual Lamer, and in this format we will try to find the best grinding spots ever. Why hello there and welcome everybody to this new format idea of mine. I hope you enjoy it. Today I don't want to start right away with the most obvious of choices, right? Because the most obvious choice would, well, quite evidently be the Black Rose Prison. But Black Rose Prison is fairly boring because you do not get any loot, so no gold and no looting. It's super boring. Now, today, this format is, the idea behind this format is not just for experience, but also for them sweet and gold gains. Yes. And for that, today we are going to have a look in Apocrypha at the public dungeon that is called the Underweave. While we make our way there, I'm gonna tell you a bit about the spot before we get into the farming itself. Yeah, you will need the Necrom DLC or ESO Plus to enter this public public if you plan on playing ESO for a little longer. I repeat myself, I recommend you to purchase ESO Plus. I think it makes way more sense to do it this way than to purchase these DLCs individually. On top of that, today there is something in this public dungeon that is particularly interesting to us, because as many public dungeons, this one as well does drop a little fragment, and that fragment is for the Great Oaks from Little Acorns achievement. You will get a little scroll. So this would be the scroll that you can get from the fragments from this public dungeon. At least a part of this. There's another public dungeon that you will have to do to get all of these these fragments, right? So these are interesting because they currently go for 8k a piece. So that's not too bad. And on top of that, we will have the Dead Keeper set dropping here, so you will be able to get the funerary wrappings. That's these, the Dead Keeper style. They go for 1,000 gold a piece. So in case you do not know what I'm talking about, when you get set pieces in the Dead Keeper style, when you deconstruct them, you will be able to get the funerary wrappings in about 25% of the times. I have not really done the numbers just yet, but roughly 25%. So that's not too bad. Before we get started here, one more thing. I am going into this with a full training build, including the Mora's Whispers, which gives me 25% extra experience. As you can see, training gives 11%, and then my monster kill experience is on 14%. So as a matter of fact, all of these pieces combined give me a 100% extra experience. So I essentially get double XP when I get in there. But don't worry, if you do not have a training gear, all you will have to do to match my experience gains is to pop one of the scrolls that gives you 100% experience point bonus for an hour. You can also go for 150 or lower, depending on what you have available. And now that we have all of that out of the way, let's get into the spot itself. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it, how it was, before we get into the numbers, shall we? So yeah, the spot was fine, I would say. It's a bit annoying because there are mobs in there that, well, interrupt your channeled abilities, which as an Arcanist can be super annoying. I made a little route that worked fine for me. I don't know if you can perhaps see it in the footage behind as well. I was fairly swift. I did also kill every single boss that I came across. For some reason, one of these bosses did never drop anything, so that was a bit weird. So you have a lot of these mobs outside of the interior. In the interior, there's also a lot of mobs, and most of the bosses are hidden behind that. With the fragments we've been talking about, that's a bit weird again, because Yeah, we get there when we get to the numbers, but I feel like there's another hidden cooldown here. It's super strange. I sometimes don't really know what's going on there. Overall, I had a decent-ish time in the Underweave. There are a few people around, but not too much. Keep in mind that I did this on a Sunday evening, so the density of people should be fairly high at that point in time. And I had like 2 or 3, and I was mostly undisturbed for this 30-minute session that I did. I usually try to keep it as short as possible without sacrificing too much of the numbers becoming meaningless. So I usually do 30 minutes and then extrapolate to 60 minutes, because you see, if I do 60 minutes right away and I get disturbed, then the numbers don't really say anything anymore, right? So that's why I'm doing this like this. Yeah, I feel like it's a decent spot. We will get to the numbers right now, and we will see how good it did end up being, and well, maybe we have a best farming spot ever. Well, we don't have anything to compare it to, but let's get to the numbers first, guys. Alrighty guys, I did the math, so let's start off with the experience gains. First, in 30 minutes I was able to obtain 441,630 XP, which would mean 883,260 XP in 1 hour. In terms of raw gold, that is the gold that I got from the monster drops, and also the gear pieces that I sold to a merchant. If you don't know, you should probably always sell white and green gear. An exception to this are gear pieces that have a specific style, where the style material is worth something. In this instance, it would be the Dead Keeper or the funerary wrappings, which I did not sell. I deconstructed them, but we get there in a second. So always sell them, and that's also something that I consider the raw gold. And so in raw gold we had 7,588 in 30 minutes, or 15,176 in an hour. On top of that, I estimate the value of other items that I have gotten to be around 25,000 in 30 minutes, or like 50,000 in an hour. Unfortunately, I got fairly unlucky with the Dead Keeper styles, because I deconstructed and I got only 2. On top of that, I was not lucky all that much for any furnishing plans or companion gear. So keep in mind, that can always drop, right? You can get super lucky and have a companion gear piece drop that is worth 500,000 gold. That can happen, right? Basically anywhere in the game. But these public dungeons are a good place to do that. And I alluded to it earlier, the seedlings, I got only 2. Yeah, 2. The first one I got literally within 25 seconds, and then I had only 1 more drop over the whole 30 minutes that I did. So that gives us an idea that there is another hidden cooldown behind this. There's not a hard cooldown, it's a soft cooldown, meaning the drop chance is significantly reduced when you have gotten 1. So unfortunately, that does somewhat defy my idea with this spot, because I felt there was no cooldown here, so you could farm them as much as you want. That's unfortunately not true. So the numbers are less great than I had hoped, because at the end of the day, we are estimating a 32,588 gold in 30 minutes, or 65,176 in 1 hour, which means yeah, 883k in XP an hour and 65k in gold per hour, which isn't bad, right? It's fine, because the main goal for this is to gain experience, and it does a decent job at that. If you have the if there's a double XP event live and you have 150% scroll plus the training gear, obviously you can get over 1 million and you get loot, right? And you always have the chance to get something astonishingly good. So I would say this spot is, it's a B tier, right? It's not bad, it's not amazing, but it's certainly a nice change of scenery if you do Black Rose Prison the whole time, or any other spot that you grow tired of. So yeah, I would say I give you a soft recommendation for the Underweave. And yeah, let me know if you enjoy this format. We will see how it performs. If it performs well, you will get another episode. Well, if nobody's interested, then, well, I have to reiterate my ideas and see what we go and what we do from that point forward. Okay, I hope you have a great day. Please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and comment what you think about the spot. I hope you have an awesome day. You take the best care of yourself, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.